Hi everybody. I thought I would jump on and talk to you guys for a little bit. Obviously the strike is moving forward. We kind of knew that. I listened to some people today as I was doing some work, and they were talking about how it's all going to go down. The strike, by the way, was the #1 thing being Googled today. It's like, you're just catching on, okay. But at least people, got a wind of it today and not tomorrow, and maybe they'll do something about it today. But what I heard and what I learned was, as I was researching it some more, was what'll happen is you've got the human animal. Everybody's gonna bum rush and buy a bunch of stuff, and the shelves, the emptiness is probably going to be a majority of people just going out and buying a bunch of stuff all at once. And so if you go to the store this week and you see shortages and stuff, it's not because those things from the trucks necessarily didn't get to your store, especially if you're on the West Coast. It's probably because people have just hammered the stores and picked everything out clean. So what they explained was a lot of the things that we would see are going to be affected, like November, December. Definitely holiday stuff, they said. I know the National Tree Company, which is a place that has all the artificial Christmas trees and things like that, a lot of their product is going to be stalled. So if this goes on, then we know Christmas is gonna probably suck. Or your idea, I should say, of what Christmas is gonna be like is probably gonna suck. So what I wanted to talk to you about wasn't really the layoff, the strike, it wasn't really that. It was when I started to consider what they were saying about Christmas being affected. And I started to just think about all the little ones, all of these little kids out there who already don't have a true perspective of what the holidays are. I'm speaking about Christmas, really. They already really don't know what that is. If they do, it's not probably in deep, because it's so watered down with trees and Santa and presents. So my thought is today, what are you guys telling your kids? So I know my kids were the ones that were telling other kids, the Santa's not real. Jesus is real. And that didn't go over really well with neighbors' parents, and I tried to tell the kids, hey, so and so thinks that's true, and you really can't, do too much about it. I mean, maybe it's better you just kind of walk away, and tell them about Jesus and just stick with that. And they're gonna have to find out about Santa on their own. I was never really about all that with my kids, because how do you raise children and to believe in an Easter bunny, to believe in a tooth fairy, Santa Claus, the Great Pumpkin, even ghosts, all this stuff. We raise our kids to think about all of these things, and they believe us. Parents who take the bite out of the carrot at Easter, or leave the cookies out for Santa, or have the dad dress up, and the kids spot Santa, and they believe. But then you're also going to tell them about Jesus, that he's real too, and hey, guess what? He got up from the dead. Little kids, what do you expect from them? That's so much. I wasn't that parent, and I'm not telling you exactly how to parent. I'm not on here telling you my way's the right way and the only way. I'm just saying that was my bag. This is how I did things. I didn't want to take away from Christ and boggle my kids' minds down with other heroes that weren't really real. Well, where I'm going with this is, if this season's affected, which it might be, and if it's not, who cares too, but maybe it's time that we stop this game. this pretending game of having to fill under that tree up so much and put on this show that everything is, perfect in the world. And am I making sense? I think we need to teach our kids at some point that this world, first of all, is not our home. It's not our forever place. It's our home for now. But to try to explain to them that there are things that happen in the world that are beyond our control, and this is how we handle things. Because see, it teaches them problem-solving skills. And then that way, when they grow up in the world, they're not completely shocked when things go sideways. You're preparing them for a future in an uncertain world. Can you control what's going on in the world? I can't. I can't control the shipping problems, or the toy shortages possibilities, or the food that we might not have. I mean, I can't control that. So if that happens, how are you going to address this with your family? Are you just gonna charge what you can on your credit card and play this game again? Or can you teach your kids something from it and explain to them that this world has its problems, and consequently we're gonna have to dial it back or do this differently? Or how about homemade gifts? Or how about no gifts? How about just having a wonderful time together, over food and maybe a campfire or something? Why does it always have to be with monetary things? So it was something I was thinking about. I always try to look for opportunities in things. And if this is coming our way and we don't have any control over it, it's coming anyway. Don't pretend. The kids have to know. I'm not telling you to go sit your 2 and 3 and 4-year-old down and tell them, hey, the world's crap, we're all going down the drain. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as kids get to a certain level of clarity and age, I think they need to understand that the world's hard, and sometimes mom and dad don't have the money to spend on those things. And this is how we're going to do it differently, because there's things that are happening in the world. That can bring about adults later on that are philanthropists. You could be preparing your kids to be somebody in the world that helps with things that go on, like aid, and look at the helpers that came out in the Southeast. Maybe you could raise one of those helpers by kind of shielding them from secularism, I guess. That's the best word I could think of. It's something to consider. I'm so tired, you guys. We have been planning a vacation for well over a year, and it's kind of a vacation also scoping out new digs potentially. We currently live in the not so great state of California. It's really expensive and just getting harder. So we're gonna head out this Thursday and go to New England and tool around over there, checking out New Hampshire, the live free or die state, and a couple other places we have in mind, and pray about it. But man, I've been just trying to get so many things done before we go, because I don't want to come back to it, especially when the weather turns and it's really cold here, and I don't want to have the heavy stuff waiting for me. I want to be able to come home and get home before this election happens, and hopefully be able to buckle down and ride out whatever's coming safely and securely in our home. with hope that we could leave California one day. You know, that would be a nice way to step into winter for me. It would be really great. So I'm haggard, man. I'm tired. We've just been working from the moment we wake up until we go to bed. We've been getting stuff done here at the house and on the property. And we don't have a big property, but it's just big enough for us. And there's a lot to do when you have animals and you're self-reliant, you know. There's a lot to do. So I hope you guys are doing okay out there. Please keep the Southeast in prayer. I can't believe how awful it is out there right now. These poor people. Just shocked. I'm just shocked. I had no idea that that was going to turn into what it is. And there's more storms in the ocean now. Oh, it's just crazy. Keep them in your prayers, you guys. Let me know what you think about what I said today. I want to know if I made any sense. Like, share with like-minded people, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, because that gets me in the algorithm, and then more people can see this, and we can become a bigger community. I'm really happy to see the channel growing. It's been awesome. It has. And sometimes I wonder if all this time I've been thinking about what ministry should I have now, because so many things have changed in my life. I've gone in and out of different ministries, and I've been kind of floating without a real ministry other than prayer. And now I'm thinking, well, maybe this could be turning into something. So I'm praying about it. But I'll just leave it there, you guys. I hope you all have a safe night, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.